Jimmy Cliff, born James Chambers on July 30th, 1944, and departing this world on November 24th, 2025, will forever remain one of the brightest lights in Jamaica's cultural sky. More than a musician, he was a heartbeat, a messenger, and a creative spirit who shaped the global understanding of ska, rocksteady, reggae, and soul. Cliff did not simply perform music. He breathed life into it. His voice carried the story of Jamaica's joys and struggles, and through that gift, he became the only living reggae artist ever awarded Jamaica's Order of Merit, the highest honor the nation bestows for artistic excellence. His homeland held him dearly, and the world followed suit. Across generations, Cliff's name evokes a chorus of unforgettable hits that seem to float endlessly through time. Songs like Many Rivers to Cross, You Can Get It If You Really Want, Reggae Night, and The Harder They Come have become emotional pillars of reggae's global rise. His soul-shaking renditions of Wild World, Hakuna Matata, and I Can See Clearly Now continue to uplift listeners with their warmth and optimism. Yet Cliff's magic did not end with singing. His starring role in the groundbreaking film The Harder They Come helped ignite an international love affair with Jamaican culture, presenting its rhythm, resilience, and rebellious spirit to audiences far beyond the island. In 2010, his induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame affirmed what fans already knew. Jimmy Cliff belonged among the legends. Net worth. Though he influenced continents and inspired millions, Cliff's financial net worth at the time of his passing stood at $5 million. It served as a gentle reminder that his true richness lived in the hearts he touched and the musical legacy he left behind rather than in material measurements. Early life and education. James Chambers was born in the parish of St. James in colonial Jamaica, the second youngest of 9 siblings. He grew up in a home filled with noise, laughter, and the rhythms that shaped Jamaican identity. Music captivated him early. While attending primary school, he began writing songs, enchanted by melodies drifting from a local sound system. These early experiences planted the seeds of a lifelong devotion to music. A defining moment came when he was 14. His father brought him to Kingston, the city pulsing with musical experimentation. There he adopted the name Jimmy Cliff, a name he hoped would climb to the top of the musical mountain. In that bustling landscape, he chased opportunity with courage and clarity far beyond his years. Career beginnings and rise, 1960s, 1970s. Cliff's early years in the industry were shaped by determination. He performed in talent shows, knocked on producers' doors, and sought every chance to share his voice. His breakthrough arrived after a bold encounter with producer Leslie Kong, whom he persuaded to record him just as a shop was closing. Though his first releases didn't gain traction, the partnership soon blossomed. At 17, Cliff scored his first hit with Hurricane Hattie, opening the gates to a fruitful collaboration with Kong until Kong's death in 1971. Hits like King of Kings, Dearest Beverly, and Miss Jamaica made him a rising star, and in 1964, he represented Jamaica at the World's Fair in New York, an honor that marked his growing influence. That same year, he appeared on This Is Ska, alongside Jamaican giants such as Toots and the Maytals and Prince Buster. Cliff later signed with Island Records and relocated to the United Kingdom, where the label attempted to market him to rock audiences. The strategy faltered, but perseverance led to triumph. His album Hard Road to Travel earned international praise, and Waterfall became a significant hit in Brazil. By the late 1960s and early 1970s, Cliff's global presence had blossomed, bolstered by powerful songs like Wonderful World, Beautiful People, and Vietnam. Bob Dylan once hailed Vietnam as the greatest protest song he had ever heard. Then came The Harder They Come in 1972, a cultural earthquake. Cliff's portrayal of Ivan, a dreamer crushed by an unforgiving world, became symbolic of Jamaican struggle and spirit. The film's soundtrack remains one of reggae's most influential bodies of work, carrying Jamaican music to audiences who had never heard the genre before. As the 1970s progressed, Cliff appeared on Saturday Night Live and embarked on a spiritual journey that took him across Africa. These travels briefly drew him toward Islam, inspiring him to adopt the name El Hajj Naim Bachir. Ultimately, however, Cliff sought truth beyond religious boundaries, embracing a broader vision of spirituality rooted in wisdom and knowledge. Continued success and evolution, 1980s, 1990s. The 1980s and 1990s marked a mature, expansive phase of Cliff's career. He toured the world, collaborated with established artists like Kool and the Gang, and continued releasing critically acclaimed albums. His 1985 project Cliff Hanger earned a Grammy for Best Reggae Album. Cliff's voice also became part of global movements. He lent his talent to the anti-apartheid anthem Sun City, and his music was woven into the soundtracks of major films. In 1993, his spirited version of I Can See Clearly Now became a massive international hit, particularly in France, and became synonymous with the beloved movie Cool Runnings. 2 years later, his delightful performance of Hakuna Matata introduced him to a new generation of young music lovers. Artistry into the new millennium, 2000 to 2025. Even in the 21st century, Jimmy Cliff continued shining with unstoppable inspiration. In 2001, he became a founding judge of the Independent Music Awards, encouraging emerging musicians walking the path he once traveled. His 2002 album Fantastic Plastic People featured collaborations with Joe Strummer and Annie Lennox, and Black Magic, 2004, added modern electronic textures to his timeless sound. His influence was continually recognized. In 2003, Jamaica honored him with the Order of Merit. In 2010, Wyclef Jean proudly inducted him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Cliff remained musically active, teaming up with Tim Armstrong for the Grammy-winning Rebirth and releasing Refugees in 2022. A thoughtful album reflecting his compassion for humanity and his ever-evolving perspective on the world. Personal life. Cliff approached spirituality with curiosity and openness. Raised Christian, drawn at times to Rastafari and Islam, he ultimately embraced a universal philosophy that valued knowledge over labels. Throughout his life, he believed in exploring ideas and uncovering truth rather than adhering strictly to one belief system. He shared that journey with his wife, Latifah Chambers, and their 3 children, Lil T, Aiken, and the talented actress and singer Nabia B. Family remained his safe harbor, the place where his heart rested even as his music circled the globe. Death and legacy. On November 24, 2025, the world lost a treasured voice. Jimmy Cliff passed away at 81 after being hospitalized due to a seizure and later succumbing to pneumonia. His wife's announcement shattered hearts worldwide, and tributes poured in from artists, leaders, and fans who had grown up with his music as a soundtrack to their lives. His songs continue to flow like calm rivers, comforting, inspiring, and reminding us of the courage he gifted the world. Jimmy Cliff did not simply create music. He created memories, hope, and a bridge between people everywhere. Even now, his voice lingers, gentle, resilient, and forever alive in the rhythm of the world.